Is it about the ring size or the marriage? So, women are very superficial. So sometimes I wonder if women do care more about the ring size, the size. I mean, the size of a ring that the men give them more than their marriage. Or, I mean, if you are in it because of love, then why should the ring size matter? Okay, that is coming from the male perspective, right? Like, oh, you love me, I get it, and I love you. I should give you any ring and you should be fine with it. But why are you putting pressure on me to buy you a bigger ring? Are you in this for the ring or are you in it for the marriage? Well, I'm here to tell you she's in it for the marriage, but the bigger the size of the ring, the better, because it's about a confidence boost. It's not about her not being interested in you or in the marriage or her being materialistic, because what you guys fail to realize is that women do envision their marriages from very early on. Okay, like when they're 4, some of them, or 5, they start to envision what an ideal wedding is going to be like, or even marriage, weirdly enough. Okay, they watch TV and they have all these imaginations. So oftentimes it's not about her not having enough love for you, but because we are women, we feel as if you invest into the ring, it shows that you love us more. Weirdly, like that's how we think. Like, well, if he spent this much money on the ring, he wants this to work. I believe he loves me. That's how we think. But which is not always the case, because a man can give you the biggest ring in town and still not be in love with you as you are thinking. Okay, he loves you enough to marry you, but the way you envision it, like, well, the ring is big, he must be crazy about me. No, he doesn't have to necessarily be crazy about you, because you need to realize that men don't get married because they're in love with you. Men get married because sometimes of convenience of you being the ideal woman for their future generation. If I say convenience for the it could be your phenotype, it could be the way you were raised, it could be your mannerism. There are so many aspects outside of love that a man marries a woman for, and it has nothing to do with him being in love. So marriages, oftentimes, they are not solely based on love, and there are people that do not marry for love. But the way there are those people out there, they don't marry for love, and most women practice this. Okay, then they think men are practical. Physically, you have to really be their type. That's what it is for men. If you're not their type, then you are in trouble, because they don't want to deal with it. Like, nah, I cannot be eating this sauce. I'm speaking code. This sauce every day. This is a lot of sauce for me. Oh no, or this sauce is so bitter or sour. It's not my type. You're not his type, he won't settle. But oftentimes women do settle when they get married. Most women settle. And I said it. If you don't like it, so be it. Okay? They settle, they don't always marry the men that they truly want. So now let's get back to our topic. Are women getting married because of the ring? What should the ring size matter if you love me? Okay, I'm asking the question again, okay, coming from a male perspective. Well, a female will say, I love you. Yes, baby, we are together. We're getting married. We will have a great future. But can this ring be a little bit bigger? Just because. And also, we want to convince the wrong people, meaning our peer group, our friend group, like, look, this is what he got me. She wants to be able to brag about the ring size when she goes to her family. You have proposed to her, right? So she wants to be able to go to her family members and say, well, this is because if you get engaged, we want to see your ring. I'm sorry. Okay, we want to know, not that we want to know, like we are curious to see how big is your ring, because how big is your ring, matters, in family and peer group and friend group, and why not, like, ooh, this is great. Oh my God, he must be making a lot of money. It shows status as well. The ring size shows status. The ring size shows investment. The ring size shows that he has invested in you. Oh my God, he truly cares about you, and we will say he truly loves you. The critical side of me will say he loves you, but the ring size is not the reason why, he loves you. Right? Men don't think like that. Women are the one that associate or correlate the size of the ring with love. Men don't. Men will say, well, you mean a lot to me. You mean a lot to me can be defined in so many different aspects. Like, oh, you mean a lot to me. Are you trying to say that I mean a lot to you, meaning I am a good wife? I'm going to make a good wife. I'm going to make a good mom, a good mother, future mother, right? These are the initial stages of your relationship. So the man is looking ahead, but the woman is not. She's looking at the ring size, like, how big is the ring? He's saying, well, she is going to be an ideal type. You're going to raise my children with. She's going to raise my children so well. That's just that. You understand? So, different aspect, different perspectives, based on the gender. So the correlation is definitely gender bias in terms of the definition of why the ring size have to be big and why should it matter. Okay, if I was a man, I would say, why should it matter? I love you. I can give you the smallest ring in Tennessee or in town, You know what I mean? I'm not from Tennessee. I'm not in Tennessee. It's just a figure of speech. I heard it somewhere. Okay, I've been around American, so when they speak their slang and they are saying, I do capture it. So please, don't be looking for me in Tennessee. Someone will say, oh, now we know where you are. Oh, no, I'm not in Tennessee. It's just a figure of speech. All right. Oh, well, the other figure of speech of mine is Babylon. So I should always say Babylon. The biggest ring in Babylon or the richest man in Babylon. You guys know about that book, right? The Richest Man in Babylon. I love that book. Okay, it's a very small book, booklet, I would say. It's not a book, it's a booklet. So therefore, the size of the ring doesn't equate to the size of the D. Now, someone will say, Rose, why can't you be serious for once? Where are you taking us to? We just went from the size of the ring to the size of the D. When did this happen? Oh no, ladies. The bigger the ring, it doesn't mean the bigger the D. The D meaning the D-I-C-K. What he's working with. It has no correlation. So don't ever look at the size of the ring and say, wow, he must be big down there. Oh no, my lady, you're stupid. You're stupid for thinking like that. I am also crazy for correlating a ring size with a D size. What does the R have to do with the D? You have to think outside of the box sometimes. So that shows that you're not normal. Meaning I have flaws, and my flaws are I'm not normal. Who makes this type of correlation? What? Oh yeah. Now don't be fooled and think his ring size has something to do with the D. Ring size meaning that the size of the ring he buys you. I'm not talking about his fingers. Please, we're not talking about the fingers. Phalanges? Is it phalanges? Yeah. Couple phalanges. Okay. Yeah. His fingers. So therefore, like I was saying, don't make that correlation because you'll be in for a rude awakening. Don't come here and say, Rose, what you were telling me came true. The ring size didn't correlate with the D size. Yeah, I told you from the get-go. I told you anyway. Look, I would say at the end of the day, if someone loves you, they're supposed to care about what you bring in terms of what you add to their life. Okay, and the potential future life you guys are going to have. Ring size, honestly speaking, come here. It really matter. Because that is not a definitive telltale sign that someone loves you. No. You just want to impress people who really do not care about you. Okay? And the way I'm from, well, someone would say, why do you always go back to where you're from? Where are you from exactly? And I say, shut up. Where I'm from, okay, let's go back to this. Unless, modernization, yeah, have affected the thought process of the people that I used to know, meaning the African people where I'm from, okay? Way back where, somewhere in Africa, they didn't wear ring. In order for you, the people assume a certain age that you were married. Everybody almost was married, unless you were, a child. But everyone assumed you were married because that was the norm. But I would say Western culture requires that you wear a ring to show people that you are married, so people can back off and people can leave you alone. That's the culture in the West, and people are practicing it in Africa. There's nothing wrong with it. But I would say if I have to go back with the African culture, I am more aligned with the ring thing than because those people back then, they would stay together for 60 years, 70 years, and they never wore a ring. They were married to each other. They didn't need to prove anything, the worthiness of their love to anybody. But we need to respect every cultural preferences in terms of how they express love to each other and why they consider love. As I'm sitting here, I don't want to be an hypocrite, but if I have to choose, though I'm saying the size of the ring doesn't matter, if I have to choose, I would say, please, the bigger the ring, the better. Because, hey, I don't mind when someone says, oh, you got a nice ring. I don't mind when someone say, whoa, Rose, I like your upper body. Do you do upper body? You know what I mean? When someone compliment me on my, not my work ethic, but my dedication to working out, because it's not the aesthetic, okay? Because if it was the aesthetic, I would say, well, if I work out for a month or 3 months, I don't need to work out for the whole year because I can just maintain it. No, I have to take my behind to the gym, if not every day. Because I say, Rose, do you eat every day? Yeah. Why don't you work out every day? Sometimes I'm sore. I'm like, no, I'd rather eat today than go to that gym, Yeah. So therefore, I prefer a bigger ring size if possible. If you don't have it, fine. Okay. But I would prefer, if you cannot afford it, I get it. It's not something I'm imposing. It's about preference. We women, most of us were superficial, especially when it comes to ring size. We have tendencies to compete with each other. Well, he got me this ring size. Well, not that he got me this. We are not going to say, well, he got my ring size is bigger than yours. That's very childish, right? We will just come and flaunt it in front of you. And you're going to notice that our ring size is bigger. Or our ring is bigger, not the size. What the heck, Rose? Wake up. I don't have my black coffee. I know, maybe I'm missing my black coffee. My coffee is always what? My coffee is always black. I'm missing it. I don't have it. I'm not drinking my black coffee. It doesn't mean I'm not normal. I am normal. That's how come I'm talking about, cost of rings, wedding ring, engagement ring, whatever. At the end of the day, the cost of your love for each other is what matters. But because I am selfish, I say the ring size matters too. Don't bring me a $2 ring and say you love me. I'm going to question your love. Though you may love me, I would say, if you cannot invest, because that's how foolish we are. If you cannot invest this much and that much into the ring, you buy a cheap ring, this is how we think, we women, not all of us. It's semi-materialistic. When it comes to wedding ring and engagement ring, I would say I am very materialistic. I'm not semi, I am very, okay? So, yeah, it's relative. It depends on the woman. But I would say if you're a man, do some effort, put some money on that ring. Put the ring on it. If you want it, if you want it, put some money on it. Money on it. It was nice talking to you guys. Again, the coffee should always be what? Black.